Okay, hey, welcome everybody to the Wednesday night live stream, live chat, talking about 10 baggers, 100 bagger stocks, 10 baggers only, because that is what we are looking for, stocks which have that 10x to 100x upside. And the idea is to parlay those winners from one 10 bagger to the next, to see if anybody wants to take on our fast lane challenge, which is to turn 10,000 into 1 million in 2 trades in about 18 months, maybe 24 months. So you take 10 grand, get a 110 bagger, becomes 100. The next trade becomes 1 million, and if you're ambitious, you do another 10 bagger and parlay that for $10 million. Okay, good evening, everybody. Detailed Television. Alex, well, yeah, we'll talk about Visby. Jay, Mohammed, IP, we'll find out. Nishil, yeah, we're definitely live. Okay, so let's get into the topics of today. We're gonna have a bunch of stocks that are moving. By the way, before we get into that, make sure you are on our Telegram channel. Go to the Telegram app and sign up for the Wall Street Reporter channel. We're also on Discord, and there's a lot of conversation on Discord, a lot of live chat, or actually chat, I guess, with other investors who are in a lot of these stocks. They can give you a lot of the fundamentals. We got a lot of very knowledgeable people on there. We got Tammy, of course. We got a bunch of guys there who are very knowledgeable. I can answer a lot of questions about the fundamentals. I'm only here to talk about charts, and of course we have the videos with the CEOs that you can see on our channel. All the recent interviews, the live streams, all that stuff. So I think there's 2 sections. There's video uploads and live. And I think the live is obviously the live streams. And then you got the video stuff that's kind of uploaded. And of course, wallstreetreporter.com, which is our website. We can get emails, news, all that other good stuff. Ican, yeah, we're going to talk about Ican. We got Ican on the list right here. Ican is moving up very nicely. Is NIO a Fugazi? We'll find out. I think Fugazi is spelled with a Y. I'm not sure. I think it's with a Y. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Adam, you're in the UK. Okay, yeah. I'm on the East Coast right now, so it's getting a little late here. It's before I was out west, so I was 6 p.m. my time. But doing this late at night is it's a little tiring here. Ican Shorts will be asleep. We'll find out. Okay, so let's get into the live stream. So I'm going to give you a little, we'll get a little bit of a tease here, a little bit of a clickbait. We're going to be talking about Tesla, NIO. Since somebody was asking about Tesla, it was kind of fun. Okay, so let's take a look at the fans chart just to give you a quick preview. Wow, what a beautiful close today. Again, we got a little flag, a little pennant, or whatever you want to call this. And this, this again, we've seen this set up time and time again. And we are breaking out here. I mean, look at this close. I mean, this was a very solid close. I mean, the stock was running at the close. Decent volume. I mean, again, you have to realize this thing has been, this stock has had a massive run. So you can't have expectations that it's going to be trading 1 million shares at the close up 30 cents. It needs a bit of a rest. But here's what's impressive is that this fans, and we're going to go into fans in a little bit here. We're going to get into some real details, but this thing is like, I'm looking at this chart. I mean, I'm actually very surprised by fans, the performance of the stock. I mean, I was not expecting it to go straight from 50 cents to $1 and change in a couple of days. I mean, on massive volume, like the number 1 traded stock on the CSE in volume, and then plus the US volume. So to me, it's like, it's almost like look what's happening. This chart, and we'll talk about it later. But this is almost like a thoroughbred racehorse. This is like what's the famous racehorse that won the what's the Kentucky Derby, the champions, Man of War or Secretariat. This is like Secretariat, and this thing just wants to go. It's chomping at the bit. I mean, this stock just wants to go. I mean, it's like looking for any reason to move right now. So we're in that phase. We're in that excitement phase. But let us go into let's talk about let's first address some of the clickbait stuff over here, which is the Tesla versus NIO. Well, let me pull up the Tesla chart right now. Let's take a look at the. I'm going to look at the 5-day chart just for now. Okay, so we got the 5-day chart right here. And I think, what is it? I think it was Monday night. Somebody asked me what I thought about Tesla. And I said, it looks very bullish. I mean, you guys saw the chart. I mean, it looked amazing. And sure enough, the next day it pops. Probably moved up. That big move is probably all those guys watching this live stream. That's what's happening. No, it's not. That is not the case. But this thing has been moving up. Look at this. It's up from what, 520 to 570. So $50 in 3 days. I mean, it's 10%. But this thing is just wants to keep going. Look at this. I mean, on the close, nice little bit of volume, and it closes on an uptick. I mean, I would say this chart it's almost the same type of action we're seeing in fans. Okay, it's really very, very similar to fans right now. I mean, I would say psychologically, momentum-wise, very similar. Let's go back to the Tesla chart. I want to look at the 1-year chart. I mean, this thing is blowing up again. Going back to fans, it's breaking out of this, kind of flag thing happening over here, pennant, whatever you guys want to call it. You had this kind of thing happening from 4, and it just, busted out from that 400, and it just wants to climb higher. I think we could see, again, $1,000 on Tesla. My target is $1,000. I don't own the stock. They're not a client. I mean, I can't believe that Elon Musk is such a smart guy. He's not signed up for Wall Street Reporter live streams. I mean, this guy, imagine if he was on this program, the stock would be 10,000 by now for sure. I mean, but he's not. So, but now let's take a look at another idea here. We have NIO. Now this NIO, let's take a look at NIO. Let's look at this NIO chart. Kind of interesting. I mentioned on one of our other live streams, I guess you guys remember, that NIO was actually almost became a client of Wall Street, but they actually did contact me about getting onto the live stream. Somebody nixed the idea in their San Jose office. I won't mention any names, in their IR office. So Michael Lee, yeah, splits are good. I mean, look, we talked about this before. Stocks always go in the same direction. So if the stock splits, it's just going to go back to where it was before the split. I mean, if Tesla split tomorrow, 1 for 4, the stock would be, was it 125, and it'll go back to 500 in a couple of months. So take a look at this. Now NIO. Here's what's interesting. Now, I think the Tesla cars are like disgusting. They're ugly. NIO, I think, makes actually a really good looking car. I'm not a fan of the electrics, but their cars, I got to say, they're pretty good looking cars. Much better looking than Tesla. But now let's take a look at this chart here. I don't know anything about the fundamentals. I don't know anything about the fundamentals of NIO. I don't know if NIO is a scam. I don't know if Tesla, I don't know. I don't really care. But if you look at the comparison of these charts, NIO is getting a little bit exhausted here. It's getting a little bit exhausted, I believe. Okay, you guys want to timestamp this. I think we're very close to the exhaustion phase over here. We might have a little bit of a blowout. We might this could be very close to the top right here, or we might get a break to 63. If NIO can't get above 63, 65, I think it's going to be kind of game over for a while, or maybe forever. I have no idea. So it doesn't. I think the NIO stock, the chart is getting exhausted. Let's look at the 10-day chart. Just curious. So it's not bad looking. I mean, I think we could see, it's kind of hanging out. I think it's looking for a direction. Again, it's a little bit exhausted. I believe it's looking for a direction. So what, if anybody is, a relatively sophisticated trader, and this is beyond my pay grade over here, but this would actually make a very interesting pair trade. A guy who's has access to can set this up. You do some sort of long Tesla, short NIO, in some sort of ratio, whatever the ratio is. I don't know, short 10 to 1, 10 shares of Tesla, short 1 share long short NIO, 10 shares for every 1 share long of Tesla. There's also there's a million different permutations of doing this, but that would give you the exposure to basically, if you're bullish on electric cars, that's your bet, and it gives you best of breed. Tesla is best of breed, if you like the electrics. So I believe even in China, Tesla is a great brand. So that is my suggestion here. Let me know what you guys think of that. Again, I'm not really doing like stock advice, talk about stocks outside of the Wall Street Reporter stuff, unless it's stuff that can give us some clickbait to get more views, subscribers, all that stuff here. That's what this YouTube thing is all about, apparently. So the link for the Discord, if you guys want to join Discord, it's below the video. There's a link for Discord, so definitely join that. We got the Wall Street Reporter thing here at wallstreetreporter.com, and of course Telegram. That is where we have the stuff throughout the day. So yeah, more splits. Okay, we saw that. Split. Musk doesn't care about the stock price. I'm sure he does. Actually, at this point, I don't think he does care. The guy is, what is he worth? 70 billion? I mean, I don't even know. Michael got in at 9, got out at 52, hit it and run. Look at that. That's pretty good. That's a good trade. Nikola. Somebody's asking Chief Patel. I'll look at Nikola just for entertainment purposes. We'll look at Nikola over here right now. Nikola. I think Nikola is supposed to be a scam, right? It might be a scam. Wow, interesting. This Nikola. I don't know. This Nikola. I don't know. It doesn't. This thing could run. I mean, Nikola. I mean, it's not. I mean, it could. This looks vaguely like a double bottom. I mean, I would not be shorting Nikola over here. I wouldn't do that. Let me go back to NKLA. Let's look at the 3-month chart. You know what? I'll tell you what. This Nikola, this thing might have some legs. Maybe you wanna short NIO, long Nikola. There you have. You're doing the Fugazi trade. Okay, no, I'm not making. Again, this is my opinion only. This is not. I'm not giving investment advice. I don't know anything about these companies. I'm wrong 108% of the time. Let's get into something more interesting. Let's look at Ican. Again, here's another one. Here's our secretariat. Look at this chart. I mean, this thing is, again, it's just wants to continue this uptrend, breaking out of these pennants. You saw the little thing I put out on our Telegram channel. It keeps breaking out. The next one could be, I mean, at this rate, the stock is going to be over $1 very shortly. You want to see something short term. You want to get some short term ideas. Let's take a look at the 10-day chart. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like, It doesn't have, like right now, not massive momentum, but it could easily get pushed. So like tomorrow, I think it probably could trade between 55, 60 cents, maybe break out of 60 cents. But the long-term trend in Ican is a pretty solid uptrend. It's almost like a perfect trading, if those guys who are trend traders, this is like a perfect trend trading thing for these guys. Now let's get back to our chart of the day here. Fans. Okay, so back to the fans 1 year chart. We got the crazy action. I should really show the candlestick charts because you can see this a little bit better. Like I guess graphically, but I'm just not a fan of the way they look. I mean, I use that methodology. I completely use the candlestick methodology, but I just don't like visually. They look a little funky to me. But what's amazing is this thing has just turned around. I mean, like you would think normally most stocks, after this big spike down, usually they'd be down. You'd expect it to be 60 cents. I was expecting, yesterday I was saying, hey, I thought it'd be 60 cents or so, maybe even 55. I was wrong. I mean, this thing has serious legs. It closed almost at 80 cents. I mean, it ran. So this, fans is like, it's got that Tesla thing going on. And at the end of the day, the stock is the stock. Nothing to do with fundamentals at some point. So let's look at the 10-day for fans. It's a beautiful looking chart. Look what's happening. You have this kind of like, I don't know if you want to call this head and shoulders, but it's pivoting off. It's like it's kind of like, I gave that analogy about the cat, the cat jumps on the refrigerator. So here what happened, the cat jumped on the refrigerator, right? Then it kind of fell off onto, I don't know, the sink or something, or the microwave, and then it jumps back onto something else, ready to jump on a higher, something higher. Or like, I guess maybe the analogy, the metaphor is like a cat on a roof or something, and they're jumping the kind of higher level. So this thing really wants to go up. It really, really wants, I mean, forget about what our opinion is, what I think, what you think. I mean, this thing just wants to go up. Once RNG could explode, current report is only revenue per month. One good game can generate 500. Yeah, so that's so Adam, I guess, is talking about their the what do you call it? Those games, the casino style games, RNG, random number generator. I guess that's the trade name for those. I guess like slot machine, the slot machine thing, except the slicker version. Well, actually, I don't have any picks. These are not picks. None of these things are picks. We're not giving recommendations. We're just talking about charts. You can do whatever you want to do. We're not here to, we're not selling. We're not selling subscriptions or newsletter services with that type of thing. Okay, so let's go to the fans. Okay, so I want to go back to the 1-day chart and leave on that. So I believe tomorrow for fans, great setup for tomorrow. I think we're going to see, we might see the stock run towards 90 cents, or maybe back to $1. That would be very interesting. I mean, if fans runs to 90 cents, and again, the U.S. market is closed, so it's going to be a free-for-all in Canada. Who knows what's going to happen? Next 2 days is going to be pretty interesting because you got this kind of vacuum. You got just the TFSA people trading this thing, and again, it's a look at the stock. The stock looks like a great setup for tomorrow, so we could see like a real pop right out of the gate. Let's take a look at DOC. What's happening with DOC? I actually didn't look at the DOC chart yet. I did not look at DOC. DOC has been under pressure. We talked about this. It's going to give people, it's going to shake people out still. Yeah, so it's not, it's holding up pretty well. I mean, I was saying that $2 is the real support. It looks like it's, it's kind of holding up here. It's not, it's not drop. You think every time it drops, it kind of pulls back. So it's kind of, it's hanging out. It's not super strong right now. I think it might need to come down a little bit, and really build a base so it could really make that next leap, which could be, back to 350, $5. So that would be interesting. Okay, wow. What is this guy saying? Who is saying that the doc looked weak on the close? This thing looks great. This looks amazing. Doc looks fantastic right now. So here we got the 15-minute chart. So this is kind of the short-term action. The close looked amazing. You had a reversal on the close, ready to break out of 240. I think the stock wanted to close this gap, which is in that 245 range. I think we could see DOC go to 270 tomorrow. I think we can see DOC kind of go up to 270 to 280. That's what I'm looking at right here. I mean, this chart looks really good. So DOC is a nice, for tomorrow, DOC looks bullish. Yeah, what is this guy saying? The dump on the close. This is a beautiful chart. Yeah, somebody was sold off, and you had bargain hunters come in at 230, right in this range. You had this kind of battle of the bulls and the bears, and the bulls won. Right? The stock moved from 230 to 240. This thing was ready to go at the close. This thing was really ready to pop. So DOC to me right now is very bullish. Let's see here. So that's the thing. I mean, DOC. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I think I saw. Yeah, I didn't see your whole question. So yeah, you did mention the buyback. I didn't see that whole thing. Is someone collecting stocks? I don't know what's going on. Listen, who knows? These things. But this thing right now looks like tomorrow is going to be bullish. DOC needs a shot of adrenaline. Let's see what happens. I think we're going to see some interesting activity. Ican earnings. Okay, so back to Ican. Yeah. Let's see here. DOC. James holding 2,000 shares for 3 years. Oh, so you got you're making money here. Okay, Hemi bought the dip yesterday. I think it's going to be in tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be making more money. That was a very ballsy trade to buy Fans yesterday. Jason's in at 27 cents. Fans again. Right now again, it changes. It's interesting when you ask me this question. It kind of does change by the day because depending on what's happening with the chart, it changes. So, I mean, I think we could see DOC, based on what happened today and what happens tomorrow, we could see $1.50, $2, possibly, because this thing has momentum. Here's the thing: this is not like a normal stock, this thing really has a lot of momentum in it. The market just wants to go up. Forget about everything else. My opinion, your opinion doesn't really matter as to the companies, the fundamentals and all that. Right now, there's serious momentum in it, and the charts don't lie. So, why fight the trend? That's the big saying on Wall Street: never fight the trend. Okay, so let's look at the next chart. What do we got? We got. Should we look at Logic? I haven't looked at Logic all day here. Okay, so Logic. Okay, nice little close. Yeah, again, it's nothing crazy here. Just I guess the market's kind of stabilizing in the $8 range. Again, I think this could break out any day, like all our other stocks. Some of these things go longer, some go faster. It really is, that's part of the fun. Let's take a look at Visby. It was a crazy stock yesterday. Wow. Okay, so this is another crazy. Okay, so this one yesterday skyrockets up. Today comes down, but here's the good news. So today, actually, this is actually pretty bullish, I think. So today the stock comes down, but it didn't drop like crazy. It was a very measured kind of sell-off, maybe some profit taking, because the move yesterday was like a little bit nuts. So today it's kind of back to the price where it probably should have been really yesterday, 20, 22 cents or so. Nice kind of measured move. And I think we'll see a move higher. Let's take a look. Let's see what the chart says for short term. So yeah, this looks pretty good. Look at this volume. A lot of volume came in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So somebody's trading the stock. At the close, the stock looked good. I mean, this looks like a nice bullish setup. I think we might go over the 25-cent high based on this. Let me look at the 5-day chart. Yeah, it looks even better. So look at this. Got kind of this pop over here. I think Visby could be over 25 cents tomorrow. Why not? What else should we look at? DOC. Okay, DOC we covered. PKK, another favorite here. Let's look at the short-term chart first, because that's what's on the screen. No, let's look at the 1 year. Okay, so today, what's today? So today, again, this is, I would call today relatively neutral. I would say neutral to bullish, not super bullish today. Neutral to, I would say neutral. It's not. It's looks like it could run more tomorrow. But let's look at the short-term chart right now, 10 days. So yeah, nice uptrend. Again, it seems like it's kind of going off this line over here. We got this nice kind of uptrend line. It's bouncing off like, I got to get some sort of charting software so I can show you these trend lines. But you see these like trend lines kind of going up, bouncing off that support. And yeah, I mean, this is look just a nice continuation uptrend. I think we will see a real breakout at some point. But right now, it's kind of just pacing itself, basically. The stock is pacing itself. Let's look at the short term. I can't really tell too much from this. It just looks neutral to bullish. But again, peak right now is, it had that big breakout. Okay, it had a big breakout the other day. I think it was a Tuesday, right? Monday, had the big breakout on Monday, which we were, we talked about. We've been calling that for a while. And it's kind of consolidating over here. I think it's just, you know what? I actually like this action in peak. I'm actually very happy with this action. The stock is not overheating at this point. I mean, this is not going crazy, like up, 50% in one day. It's not doing any of that crazy stuff. It's not going parabolic. So it's just making a nice solid uptrend, an aggressive uptrend. This is not like just a nice 30-degree type of thing. It's an aggressive upline, but it's not overheating. Key point. You don't want to get stocks that are just going crazy parabolic. So let's see, peak $4 Canadian, right? $4 Canadian, price minimum. Listen, a lot of guys are saying you can get there. I think based on what we're seeing right now, I don't see any reason why it can't get there, in the next couple of months. I think in the next couple of months, we could see it. You have peak at 98 cents. Where do I think? Well, what did this guy say? So 8,000. Hey, that's a good start. So you got in. Okay, so you got in at 98 cents right at the breakout. It's a good trade, actually. So this guy got in right over here, right before it gapped up. So this is he wasn't his money wasn't tied up in all this long flat baseline. He bought the breakout. Peak earnings calls tomorrow, 4:30. Okay, it's going to be on the website. Take a look at the earnings. It's going to have the link. Okay. Sean, okay, yeah. Visby, 50 cents. Could be. The interview was great. Yeah, I to be honest, I said yesterday, the interview, I thought it was kind of went a little bit off the rails. It was a little bit like, I think he had some points. He wanted to talk about security. I went into the retail. So we kind of went, all over the place. But he mentioned some great stuff in there. I mean, there was some hidden gems in there, which we never talked about before, about the, $5,000 a store in monthly revenues that they can make with their, their analytics platform, the ad platform, and you multiply that by, thousands of locations. I mean, this company, if they can execute, it could be phenomenal. If CVS could be, was it 10,000 stores that they have? So, yeah, you 50 million a month in theory. That's the theoretical thing. So here's the point. The point is, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if they're going to have 10,000 places signed up at $5,000. What matters for the market is that they're going to see if they can see some traction. If the market starts to see traction, that these guys are able to execute. In other words, if they sign up 30 locations, 50 locations, 100 locations, the market will take notice. So once if this company starts doing 10 million, 20 million a year from that business, it'll be a $500 million market cap, I believe, very quickly. So they just got to execute. That's okay. So let's see here. What do we got here? Peak. Trading View. Yeah, I got to upgrade. I'm using this big chart stuff here. I'm in the Stone Age here. I'm just used to using these charts. Big chart. I've been using this for a long time, although it's not that great. Okay, so we got Peak, right? We got Peak. So that's looking good. We talked about Logic. We talked about Fans. Are we missing somebody here? What are we missing here? What are we missing? I think those are really our main movers, right? Visby, yeah. Okay. So those are your kind of ideas for the next day. Gave you some interesting things to look at. And Peak, okay. Let me go back to Fans. We'll kind of close on that note. You guys have any questions? By the way, next week we're gonna be introducing next week some amazing companies. Wow, this chart looks great. I mean, this is a kind of a unique thing. Usually, you don't see these type of things where the stock just blows up, comes back, like strong. I mean, this today. Here's what's interesting. Today's close. I didn't even notice this. Today's close was higher. Well, it was higher than the close yesterday by a substantial amount, and it was higher than the close the day before, which was Monday. So that, to me, is the market validation of the current price. That's what you have here, market validation of the current price. That is your investor psychology at work right now. So the market is saying it's happy with this price. It believes it because it was done on volume. Look at this volume. This is not a joke, right? How many shares of volume? 3.5 million in Canada. All right, it's not bad. Stock was trading 100,000 shares of volume just a couple months ago. So the market has spoken. And the market is saying it likes the stock at this price. It's willing to buy more, right? I mean, wow. So again, we're looking for 10 baggers only. So based on that, we're looking for a minimum of 250, since they started with us around 23 cents or whatever it was. So we need to see at least the 250 on this chart before, we consider this a winner. It's not a complete winner yet. It's on the right path. So Logic is going to be back, I think, next week. I think next week they'll be back. IP, we're not officially working with IP right now. We're kind of, I don't know, I like Alan and what he's doing. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for some direction to see what they're doing. I mean, let me go back to IP, Imagine AR. Let me see what they're doing. I'll just pull up this chart here just for, hey, looking good. I mean, this thing could pop. Wow. This thing is set up nicely here. To be very candid, it's a nice setup. This could run. The only thing is, we got to know that they're going to have the fundamentals. That, we want to see that news flow, like a continuation of news flow. So that's I think that kind of tripped them up last time. They said they were going to have a lot of stuff happening, deals closing. That took a while, and they went quiet for months, and so that's and that's kind of we need companies that have constant news happening. So that's what keeps people interested. So I don't know. I'm going to call Alan and see what he wants to do. Maybe, but the chart looks pretty good right here. That is the bottom line there. Let's see here. Okay, peak. Okay, so next week, guys, make sure you are on our website. Actually, here you go. Make sure you sign up on our website, wallstreetreporter.com. You get on our email list. You get on our Telegram. So that way, you're going to get the notifications. Especially if you're on Telegram, anybody who's on a Telegram thing is going to get like immediate notification of our next live stream. Okay, so we're going to have a couple of really phenomenal companies next week. And if you get that info early, if you kind of do your research, it usually works out well. Okay, so yeah, we got a bunch of people on that thing. So let's see here. I think the CBD. I think they're getting straightened out. I don't know. Listen, these companies sometimes these are like small cap entrepreneurial companies that sometimes they got to get things organized. I know they've been busy, whatever. I don't know. It's I just need. I like to have just like you guys like news flow. I need to have information flow from the company, like hey, what's happening? What's going on here? So bullish. Okay, Calvin. Yeah, so bullish. Yeah. Fans, very bullish setup on fans today. 250 pounds. Fans, NIO or code. Wow. Okay, we don't give advice here, but only fans is our sort of our paying clients. Obviously, we are biased. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. All right, so make sure you get on our email list, subscribe. Obviously, if you're not a subscriber yet to the channel, to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Next week, we're going to have two great companies. These are ground floor type opportunities, fresh to the market. So make sure you have some cash available next week if you want to deploy that. Okay, on that note, I think I'll catch up with you guys maybe Sunday night, depending on what happens Thursday and Friday. I'm going to be off next couple of days. Doc will reach $4 tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, all right, guys. No, that was a joke. I know some people take this stuff seriously. Okay, let me go back to let's close out. Let me go back to the fans chart again. Let me go back to the fans chart in case people are coming in late here. I can't get enough of this chart, to be honest with you. It just looks so amazing. 10-day chart, 10-day chart, amazing. Look at this nice bullish long. Look at this bullish trend. It's like probably a 35-degree angle. Is it 40-degree angle or so, roughly? So okay, now take a look at this. This trend line, you can't see, but the trend line that was at roughly 50. So that trend line is going to extend past 80. The next resistance level in fans is going to be roughly 85 cents. It's funny, actually. I actually mentioned this on our Telegram. I think I mentioned on Telegram that 85 cents would be the the breakout point. If it closes above 85 cents, it's going to run. So yeah, 85 cents is the resistance level on fans from that trend line. So that's kind of your pivot. When the stock breaks 85 cents, if we see a close above 85 cents on a volume, very bullish. That would be very, very bullish. Again, we don't give buy-sell recommendations, but that would be a super bullish indication. Calvin, all right, $3 on fans. All right, what color? It's going to be that tangerine orange or lime green or tangerine orange. It's got to be something like obnoxious. It's going to be an obnoxious color. Okay, guys, thank you again for joining us on the live stream. We'll catch up with you probably Sunday night, and we'll again next week. A couple of fantastic companies, new companies we're going to be bringing you, and we're going to have also returning presenters. We're going to have who we're going to have. We're going to have Ican. We're going to have Logic, Fans, Peak, all the all the winning names. So thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next live stream.